Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Today we're going to be playing Kingdom Death Monster, and it's time to take down our second nemesis, the Kingsman. Well, at least hopefully take him down, that's the plan. Now before we do, there's some things from the last video I want to talk about. First off, I asked for a lot of help on what do you think we should set our guys up with, and I had a lot of great responses. But what I'm going to do is I asked first off if I should take those leather boots, and I think instead we are going to take our pickaxe and sickle, mainly because I'm probably not going to get too many resources from this guy, and I want to be able to make sure that our civilization continues. And if everything goes according to plan, I'm hoping to hunt that beast of sorrow in the next hunt. And if we do, we have a huge hunt board full of all these nasty things. And if we can use these two items to help mitigate some of that, that's going to be very important. The second thing I asked is what we should be putting on Goldmoon. Should she keep that war paint or pass it off to somebody else? I did decide to pass the war paint and the adventurer's sword off to Caramon. So he has both of these and also the butcher's cleaver. So he is set to really rock this guy. So what does that leave Goldmoon? Well, I did decide to give Goldmoon both those beast knuckles. With her white lion gear right now, she gets +2 strength and +1 speed. So she's attacking with 3 speed at 6 strength and also at 6 accuracy, but she has also accuracy modifiers as well, plus a lot more strength modifier. They're paired, so she's actually attacking for 6 with these on. So I think that's going to be really, really good. We need to hit this guy a lot because remember, at the beginning of each of his turns, because of this aura, he's going to be able to, put 3 battle pressure hit location cards on top of his hit location deck. So before we can even hit him, we have to get rid of those. Now, of course, we get to go first, and if you notice, I kind of set the board up a little bit different from the last video, because 1, I kind of forgot we got to go first, and 2, going first not necessarily a great thing in this game. They make it think that, oh, hey, you get to go first, because he's coming to your settlement. But really, none of our guys have any speed to get up to him, and I don't think using a survivor dash ability right off the bat is going to be really important. So our goal is to maybe take a few lumps right at the beginning, but hopefully be able to take him down really quick. Also, at the end of the video, I had to make sure I gave everybody all their armor and also the survival that they need. I did decide to finally give Kitty Yara a set of stone noses because that way she's able to get her 7 survival, but then she goes to 6 insanity. I also have gone ahead and gave an Elistine his 7 survival and his insanity for the stone noses, and also for leaving the settlement with his rawhide boots, that when he departs, he gets to gain +1 survival. So he's also at 7. All of our guys have 7 survival, and they all have lots of armor. Well, except for Kitty Yara, she doesn't have all that great armor. But that's okay. And we are going to go ahead and take on this Kingsman. Do you think we have what it takes to take him down? If so, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop. So we get to start first, and we pretty much have to pray for a miracle right off the bat. We are going to go ahead and start with Kitty Yara. She's going to move 1, 2, 3 right to there. And then she's going to go ahead and take advantage of our stone face. It says here that I can spend an action to move onto the space occupied by a giant stone face. At this point, ranged weapons are going to gain +2 range and +2 accuracy while I'm on top of these. Now, survivors atop the giant stone face move normally on it and ignore obstacles when drawing a line of sight. Monsters may always draw a line of sight to them. So we're going to go ahead and spend her action to move her up on top of that stone face. Next, we're going to go ahead and move Elliston. And now I wanted to give these knuckles to Kitty Yara, but it just would look kind of ridiculous. So we're going to have to make up a couple new survivors when we go into our next set of hunts. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 over to here, and he's going to search this acanthus plant. So we're going to go ahead, take our acanthus plant, and roll our die. Let's see what he found. He got an 8. So according to this, an 8 says 8 plus 1 fresh acanthus strange resource, and then archive this terrain. So here we have our fresh acanthus, and it just kind of says down here, archive this to fully heal 1 hit location, including injury levels and armor points. So that's not going to be too bad. I'm going to go ahead and give this over to Elliston. Next, we're going to go ahead and move Goldmoon. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She does have 6 speed because of her boots. Her white lion boots allow her to gain +1 movement as long as 2 red symbols are connected. And we've got a boatload of red symbols connected on her. So she's also going to go ahead and check out this acanthus plant. So we're going to roll again our 10-sided die and see what we get. A 5. So this time our acanthus plant is probably not going to give us much. Let's see what it says. Find something tasting, consume it. If you do, gain 1 survival, archive this terrain. Oh, that's too bad. That's not going to help us at all because she already has full survival. So that's all she's going to be able to do. Now, I forgot that Elliston had these, but it's not a big deal. I get to add +2 to the roll result when I activate terrain, but he already had gotten the best result he could have from the acanthus plant, so it's not the end of the world. Caramon is going to check out this. And I think now I probably should have thought about maybe having him do it because he gets +2. But let's see what we find. We got a 5. Maybe they'll give us something. Let's see here. A 5 says, gain 2 insanity and 1 random basic resource, archive this terrain. All right, actually, that's not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and remove this terrain card. Caramon is going to go up to 9 insanity. He's getting pretty insane. And we're going to go ahead and gain a basic resource. So we're going to mix up our cards here and grab a basic resource. Let's go ahead, just grab this one and see what we found. We got a monster organ. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give this to Caramon. He's then going to move 1, 2, 3 into the tall grass. That's going to give him +2 evasion. And I'm going to need all the evasion I can get because here comes the pain. It is time for our Kingsman to activate. And he starts with this King's Combat card. At the start of each monster turn, perform a basic action. So he's going to go ahead and check out his basic action card. It says that he's going to pick a survivor in the blind spot. There are none. So he's going to go with the closest threat. He's going to full move towards the target, make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in the order indicated by the arrow. So when he picks his target, he's going to pick him. Now at this point, I could choose to dash out of the way of his attack, which actually might not be that bad of an idea. But he's going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means he'd come down here. That's not part of my plan. I didn't even think about that. That would have been really smart probably. But instead, I'm going to just take it. Now he also has this outfighting card, which states that he has reach 2. And it says when the monster moves towards the target and the monster's movement 1 space away from the target, if the monster is already adjacent to its target, it will move 1 space away. This means the Kingsman can attack on diagonals. Now I believe the way that works then is he's going to move his speed to come and get him because he's the closest threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all quite a ways away. So he's going to move, but instead of moving all the way up, he's going to stop 1 space away due to that outfighting card. Now, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But I believe that's how this works. So he's going to stop right there, and he's going to go ahead and make his basic action against him. And he's going to, what is he going to do? He has a speed 3, 3 accuracy, and he does 3 damage. And of course, after this, he's going to bash and knock back 5 in the direction of these arrows against Caramon. This is going to be pretty brutal, but I'm hoping we can survive this initial onslaught. And if we do, I think things are going to be okay. Now let's go ahead and see how this works. So our Kingsman needs a 3+, but we have a lot of evasion here. We get 1 innate evasion for just being Caramon, and 2, I get +1 evasion here, so I'm at +2, so right now I need 5+ in order to hit us. Then, of course, I get to add in our tall grass card. Now, of course, actually dashing out of the way probably been better because missing completely is way better than possibly not getting hit. But I get +2 evasion for that, bringing it to a 7+. He needs a 7+ in order to hit us with 3 dice because he has a 3 speed. So let's see how this Kingsman does. He got 1 hit. All right, so that's enough to hit us once. I'm okay with that. Let's see where he hits us. I don't think it matters. I'm going to probably dodge this attack. So let's see how this goes. I did get hit in the body. Now, the reason I'm going to dodge this attack is because otherwise I'm going to gain bash and knockback, and whatever his AI card is probably not going to target him. It's probably going to target somebody else, and that is not what we want. So I'm going to spend a survival to dodge that. And because I'm spending a survival, and I do have my complete rawhide set here, I'm allowed to, when you perform a survival action, roll on a d10. On a result of 6 plus, I gain my survival back. Oh, I got a 1. So I don't get my survival back, but that's okay. So Caramon is going to go down to 6 survival, and then we're going to have to draw an AI card and see what our Kingsman does. So it's going to be the first card I've ever seen from this guy. Let's see what it does. Axe. Well, he's got an axe. Why not? Closest threat in field of view in range, that's going to be Caramon. No target guard. Okay, at this point, I can choose to do a survival action, which might not be the worst plan. Closest threat in field of view. Full move towards target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in the order indicated by the white arrows. So anywhere kind of in that area, that's going to be only Caramon at this point. Speed 3, 3 accuracy, 3 damage after damage. Bash, bleed 2, and knockback. Oh, it's the whole set of things. It's the last one, except I get bleed 2. All right, we have to figure out what we're going to do about this. So at this point, I could use a survival action. Well, anybody could use actually a survival action they want to. I don't think anybody's going to. He could dash to try to get out of the way of him, but it's not going to matter. He's got 5 speed. So wherever this guy goes, he's going to be chased by the Kingsman. Even if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 way over here, he can just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he can get right up next to me. So there's really no place I think I can go that I can get away from this guy. So I'm just going to go ahead and let him use his axe card on me. So he's going to gain 3 speed. But again, he's going to need that 7 plus because of all the evasion I have. Oh, 3 that bleed 2, and oh man, it's just going to be devastating. All right, so that Kingsman needs a 7 plus again. And he got only 1 hit again. He got a 4, a 2, and a 9. So with only 1 hit, let's see where that goes. It hits me in the body again. So I could take 3 damage to the body, bleed 2, bash and knock back 5, or I can dodge this attack. And yes, I can dodge twice with Caramon because he has the fighting art secret or extra sense, which allows me to do an extra dodge each round. So I am going to dodge this attack, and then I'm going to roll to see if I get my survival back for this. And I got my survival, so I didn't cost me any survival. We survived the first round of the Kingsman with only having to lose 1 survival. Now, just because we survived the first round, I have to remember what Han Solo says. I'm not supposed to get cocky. Let's go ahead and continue calculating our way through this encounter. So she, on her turn, is going to pounce into here and attempt to attack him. He has the King Spear, so he can get up here and start attacking as well. He has the monsters of attacks with that sword and that Butcher's Cleaver, and she has the Cat Eye Circlet, and you can't go wrong with the Cat Eye Circlet. Right now, we're not going to use the Cat Eye Circlet because we know the first 3 cards are that weird thing that he talks about, the Battle Pressure card. So what we're going to do is we're going to send the Lamb to the slaughter. We're going to send him in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Now he could use his King Spear at reach 2, but I can't because I'd have to get on that stone pillar, and I don't feel like doing that. So we're just going to stab him from there. I think that'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be okay. I don't want to get in his path, or he's going to, if he does another one, when he does his basic action, it's going to hit like all these squares right here. So we're going to get him right up here, and we're going to attack with that King Spear. So I have my King Spear, which gives me 2 speed. So I get to roll 2d10, and I need a 6 plus. I don't have any extra accuracy or anything on this guy. And he got a 1 and a 6, so he did hit once. So we're going to go ahead and draw our hit location card, and it says Battle Pressure. So we can go ahead and read this. It says, this hit is canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, they may King's Step. So this is in the book. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this with this guy because I have no idea what it does. So we're going to go ahead and do the King's Step story event here. So here's the art for King's Step, and really it's just a redo of the same picture that's on the card, but it's in big, huge like graphics. It's really cool. And here's our story event, King's Step. Resist the unspoken pressure of the monster's onslaught. Your body trembles and your mind wavers. You struggle just to stay standing against the pressure projected by the monster. Discard all unresolved hit locations. End your attack and attempt to overcome. So good news, I didn't have any unresolved hit locations, so I don't have to worry about that. I do have to worry about this. It says that I have to overcome, roll a d10, add +1 to result for each tempo token you have. I've got 0, so this is going to be probably pretty terrible. Let's see, we got a 3. So let's go ahead and read that. It says, the monster swiftly finds an opening in your poor footwork and mercilessly slams your shin. Suffer a random severe leg injury. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Well, I gain a tempo token. Oh my gosh. Look at all these. These are all, you're dead. Look at this. This is, you're paralyzed. Oh, with dread. I thought it said you're dead. Suffer brain damage equal to monster level. What's this? Easily predicts motion, then he skewers you. Gain a severe body injury. Oh, I don't think I want anything to do with this anymore. I think we're going to skip the king step every time it's possible. Though, of course, if I'm able to get a lot of these tokens, eventually I could gain the King Step Secret Fighting Art. And I also, what's this? You grasp the pattern behind the monster's fine movements, a rhythm that lets you control the pace of the fight. You have overcome the battle pressure and learned something valuable. So we can gain the King Step, but we need to get a 10 plus in order to do that. Man, I don't think this is ever going to happen with all that other terrible things that could happen. Well, right now I've got to do a leg severe injury. All right, here we go. Femoral artery time. We got a 5. Okay, it's not femoral artery this time. Oh, I got hit in the hamstring. It says a painful rip. The leg is unusable. You can no longer use any fighting arts or abilities. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. Okay, I'm going to gain a bleeding token and I can no longer use fighting arts or abilities. Wow. So I've gone ahead and wrote down that we have a hamstring impairment where I have no fighting arts or abilities. I'm also going to gain 1 bleeding token. So instead of discarding this down into the hit location deck, I'm actually going to put it above there because I have to go ahead and put these back on top of the deck quite a bit. The next person that's going to act is going to be Goldmoon. Goldmoon is going to pounce. She has her white lion coat, and it states that I can spend my movement and my action to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Then, if you moved 3 spaces, activate the melee weapon with +1 strength. So that is what we're going to do. Now, of course, when I do pounce, this also activates. It says, when you pounce, gain +1 accuracy for your next attacks this turn, which is going to be awesome. So she is going to move 1, 2, 3, pouncing right there. Now, sadly, I wish I could get into his blind spot because he does have that weakness card that gives him -4 to his armor or hit low or against weapons. But sadly, I'm not there. But she is going to go ahead and attack with those 2 guitars. This is going to be awesome. So Goldmoon came pouncing in with her Beast Knuckles. So she's going to go ahead and grab 2 dice for that. But she also gets +1 speed because she has her White Lion armor. I get +1 speed. And since these are paired, I get double the dice. So she gets 6 dice. This is pretty much every 10-sider I got right here. So she gets 10 and she needs, she gets 6 and she needs a 6+ to hit. But she gets +1 accuracy because she's Goldmoon. Now on top of that, she also gets +1 accuracy because of her White Lion gauntlets because she pounced. So she only needs a 4+. And she gets 6 dice. This is amazing. Let's see how she does. She hit with, she missed with 2. But she hit with 4. You can't go wrong with that. Now she did get 1 perfect hit, but it's not going to matter because she's using the Beast Knuckles. So she's going to go ahead and gain 4 hit locations. Now we know what the first 2 are. They're these battle pressure. This card is canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, this hit is canceled. They may. I'm not going to do it. It says may. So again, here's another one. May, not doing it. So we get actually 2 real hit location cards. Let's see what they are. 1, we get to do the Halberd Handle. Reflex, spend 2 survival to gain +1 courage and boldly deflect the halberd, or all survivors within 2 spaces of the Kingman are knocked down. Oh, that's terrible. But I can critically, you can critically hit this guy. And remember we fought the Butcher. We couldn't do very many critical hits. The halberd handle splinters. The axeman gains -1 accuracy token. Oh, that's really cool. All right, let's see what the next one is. The next one is Regal Embrace. Reflex. Okay, turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monsters 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. If the attacker has King Step, they may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits out of range. Interesting. All right, I don't have the King Step thing. These are all reflexes. I was hoping for, normally they have those wound or miss, whatever. They didn't do those. They have reflex action. So the first one I'm going to do is this one, which afterwards I have to spend 2 survival and gain a courage. But if I don't, everybody around him is going to be knocked down, which is going to be, I guess that's not too bad. It's just going to be Goldmoon and Elliston. And really, do I want this guy to step backwards into my guy? I don't think so. Okay, we're going to do this one first. Let's just critically wound him. Don't have to worry about it. Oh, I saw the critical wound for a second. Now she got a 4. Let's find out how much strength she has. She has +4 here, and she gets 4 here, so that's 8. She gets 2 here, 9, 10. She has 2 innate, 11, 12, and then she gets +2 because of her monster tooth necklace. So she's got a lot going on here. She gets 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and our Kingsman only has a 12 toughness. So we hit him for sure, and we wounded him. That's awesome. Now we have to deal with the reflex, which means I am going to spend 2 survival to gain a courage so that all the people, all survivals in 2 spaces of the Kingsman are knocked down. That'd be everybody but Kitiara. Maybe that's not too bad. If they all get knocked down, she's already gone. Well, she could surge, though, and attack again. I think I'm going to spend the survival. I think that's my best bet. Because if we can just put a whole ton of damage into this guy right away, of course, there's probably at least 1 or maybe even more traps in his deck. But if we can at least maybe start taking him out, hopefully I don't run out of survival. I can switch to my dagger, and my dagger can give me some survival back. We're going to spend 2 survival. That's what we're going to do. We're going to spend the 2 survivor and get, so we don't get knocked down. Now, of course, I do have to deal with this. Nope, we're going to get knocked down. I don't want to deal with this. This is going to be bad. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. That's going to move him right into Elliston, and it's going to knock him back, and it's going to be just mass chaos. I'm just going to do the 1 wound. I'm not going to do the 2 survival, and I'm going to then have everybody within 2 spaces knocked down. Sorry that took so long to figure out, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and put our battle pressure cards up here. We're going to put the 2 hit locations right here, and we're going to go ahead and remove 1 wound. 1 down, only, what is that, 11 more to go or something? All right, let's see how we do with, oh, now I got to deal with everybody being knocked down. So everybody within 2 squares is going to be knocked down. That's going to be Goldmoon, it's going to be Elliston, that's fine, and it's going to be Caramon. He's 2 squares away as well. Now, Caramon actually hasn't gone this turn, and either has Kitiara. Kitiara is going to encourage. She's going to use one of her survival actions to encourage Caramon. And that's going to bring Kitiara's survival down to 6. All right, now we have to figure out what we're going to do. I think he's going to run in and he's going to attempt to hit him with all that awesome stuff he has. All right, so here comes Caramon. He's got a Butcher's Cleaver, he's got Blood Paint, and he's also got that Adventure Sword. So this is going to be really interesting. So our Blood Paint here says, for an action, I can activate weapon gear to the left and right of this card. These 2 separate attacks cannot be used with 2-handed weapons. All right, so these are 2 separate attacks. So we're going to start with the Butcher's Cleaver. The Butcher's Cleaver gives me 2, and I have a 5+ in order to hit this monster. So we're going to go ahead and roll up his dice. He needs a 5+, and he hit once. That's great. All right, we're going to see what our hit location is. It is the Regal Skirt, another reflex. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. Perform basic action, target the attacker. We need to critically hit this. Oh my gosh, that's just terrible. Okay, mental note, I forgot I had the cat eye circlet. Maybe I should use that first and figure out a way to get rid of that card. All right, we're going to try to wound this guy. Now, he doesn't have any luck at all. He just needs a straight lantern 10. Oh, he got a 9. That's so close. Does he have any luck anywhere? No, he has no luck. Oh, that's so terrible. All right, so we have to return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location card deck and perform a basic action targeting this attacker. All right, so we're going to place this here. I did do a wound, which means I get to put that over here. The 9 was still a wound. Now I have to take all 3 battle pressure cards and put them back on top of this deck, and I have to perform basic action, which means he is going to go ahead and get attacked right here, and I'm out of the tall grass. Now I only have an accuracy of, or an evasion of 4, or 1, I'm sorry, evasion of 1, and he has a 3 accuracy. Oh, we'll figure this all out. It's going to be bad news. So here comes his basic action. Let's figure this out. He's got a 3 accuracy, and I have 2 evasion. So he needs a 5+ on 3 dice, And this time I cannot dodge because it is not, wait a minute, I basic action targeted the attacker. There's a surge opportunity or a survival action opportunity right here. He can't do them, but other people can, I believe. Now, the only problem is the only person standing is Kidiara, and she's already used an encourage action to get Caramon up. So I was thinking of encouraging her to get Goldmoon up to hit him because maybe I can knock him down or something. I would really like to attack with this sword, but I don't think it's going to happen. We're going to roll 3 dice and see what happens here. He got a 9, a 5, and a Lantern 10. Oh, I think he hit with all 3 of these. 3, he needed a 4, 5. I think he needed a 5 plus to hit. Yep, he needed a 5 plus to hit. He hit all 3. Oh, this is going to be absolutely devastating. Let's see where I got hit. In the head, double in the hands. Oh no, this is horrible. So Caramon is going to lose all the armor in his head, all the armor in his arms, and he's going to get knocked down, and he's going to have to roll on that severe injury table. Wow, see, I knew I shouldn't have gotten cocky. So Caramon is going to get not only knocked down, he's also going to take the rest of the brunt of this attack here that says he gets bashed and knocked back 5. So he's going to get sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that direction based on the arrows on this card. Wow, that's just ridiculous. And now, of course, I still have to roll on my severe injury table to his hands. All right, so let's see what happens to poor old Caramon. He got a 6. It says contracture. The arm will never be the same. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy. This injury is permanent and can be recorded multiple times. Gain a bleeding token. So he's going to gain a bleeding token, and he's also going to get -1 accuracy. Oh man, this is already starting out bad. So here's the deal. Kidiara is the only one that hasn't gone yet. All the rest of them are knocked down. She's already encouraged once this turn. She can't encourage more. She can't do more than the same 1 survival action of the same type unless she has an ability or something, and she doesn't. So she's already encouraged. She can't get any of these people up. She's the only one left. All she has is this bow, and that's not even really worth firing because we know the top of this deck is all those dancing cards or whatever. So I'm going to fire this mainly because at least she'll get her experience points for it. But that's about all she's able to do. And I'm actually just going to roll the die right here. She's going to gain the +2 accuracy for this attack. And she gets +2 accuracy because she's on top of this stone face right here. So I guess that's the best I can do. She has a range of 6, but it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally fine. I'm just going to roll my die right here. And I got a 2. I needed a 7. 6, 5, 4, 3. I needed a 3 plus and I missed. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so Kidiara missed with her catgut bow. Wow. And that's the end of our survivor's turn. So where we stand after our first round is we've actually done 2 wounds. That's not too bad. Now I haven't really even had a chance to hit him. We only actually got 3 hit locations, but we have wounded him twice. Now we have to do the King's Aura at the beginning. It says at the start of the monster's turn, and whenever the hit deck is shuffled, place 3 battle pressure hit location cards on top of the hit location deck. Well, we don't have to do that because we know the first 3 cards are already the hit location battle pressure cards. So we're going to keep those right where they are. The next thing we have to do is, of course, our King's Combat. At the start of each monster turn, perform the basic action. So his basic action, of course, is going to be Slaughter Kidiara, Survivors in blind spot, and then closest threat, just straight up closest threat. And that is going to be Kidiara. So he has picked his target, and that's going to be Kidiara. Now that I think about it, that shot with the bow was absolutely a moot point, because in order to gain experience points, I have to actually wound him. And we know he has those 3 cards on top, and I wouldn't have actually wounded him even if I hit him. So that was totally a moot point. She really didn't have much she could do except maybe move. But the more I move away from him, the far harder it's going to get my group to get back to him. So she's actually going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 into the tall grass to gain at least some defense against this guy, because if I can at least keep him there, I can then circle behind and really hopefully go to town on this guy. So now I've dashed during this action right here. So now he's going to full move towards the target and make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone. Well, she's the only one there. And this attack, of course, is going to have 3 speed, have a +3 accuracy, and do 3 damage. And, of course, send her flying if it actually hits. Now, doing that dash is going to drop Kidiara's survival down to 5. So our Kingsman, of course, is going to be able to get to roll 3 dice with his speed. He needs a 3+, but I do have +1 evasion from Kittyara because she just has it because she's that good. And of course, we also are going to gain the +2 for being in the tall grass. That's about the best I can do. So we're going to grab 2 evasion from that, 1 evasion for being herself, which means we're going to add 3, which means he needs a 6+ in order to hit us. Hopefully he doesn't hit us at all. We got us once. Okay, that's not too bad. We can choose to dodge this if we need to, and we might do that. But I only, oh, she gets 2 dodges because she has that extra sense thing. And she's going to go ahead and get hit in the waist, which actually isn't too bad. No, actually, it's absolutely terrible. She really doesn't have much to be able to protect herself there. So that means we are going to drop Kittyara's survival down to 4, and she's going to dodge that attack. Now, that means it is now our Kingsman turn to draw an AI card. And what does he get? He got Spear. Oh, closest threat in field of view in range. Okay, well, that's Kittyara again. She could choose to do something right here. Let's see what happens. Full move towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in order. In the indicated arrows, okay, so he's facing towards, it's just going to be a big giant stab. Oh my goodness, it's the same thing again. But this time I gain -1 movement token, which wouldn't be the end of the world. She just doesn't have a lot of defense about this. I think it's time to pour on the pain. We're going to see if we can do this. She's going to use her survival action right here to encourage somebody to stand up. And I think, or maybe not, because that means all of us have to do this. Okay, she's not going to do it. She's just going to take this. Hopefully she can live through this attack. So she's going to have, oh man, this guy's going to roll 3 dice again. All right, let's see how he does. He has 3 speeds. He's going to roll 3 dice. She's in the tall grass still, so she gets to get +3 to this roll. Hopefully he misses a lot. Oh, he did not miss a lot. He hit twice. That's terrible. All right, so he's going to go ahead and hit us in 2 spots. Let's see what 2 spots he hit us in. Double hit to the hands. Well, we have to dodge one of these or it's probably going to be game over for her. So let's go ahead and check this out. So Kittyara has absolutely no defense in the hands, so we are going to use yet another survival to dodge. Now, normally you can only use 1 survival action per round, but she has extra sense, which gives her an extra dodge per round, so she's at 3 survival. And, of course, the second one is going to go through and not only do a light wound, heavy wound, but that 3rd damage is going to come through and hit her into the survival. She has to do that roll on the terrible, terrible table, and we'll see what happens to her. So here we are again at the severe injury table. I think I've rolled on this more in this first 2 rounds than I've ever rolled on this in the whole entire game. All right, so we're going to roll on this arms. Let's see what happens. We got a 10. Oh, that's probably going to be awesome. So it does say hit the dirt. The blow sends you sprawling and you are knocked down. Wow, Kittyara got saved this time. So Kittyara gets knocked down. Oh, she didn't lose an arm. She only got knocked down, which is fantastic. So she's going to lay in the tall grass right there. That's not the end of the world. Okay, I think that was absolutely amazing. Now, all of these guys get to stand up because the monster has finished his turn. And we're going to now get to use all of our survivors. I think, again, we're going to start with her. Or maybe I'll start with him. He could move out of the range of this guy because if he ever does any of those weird attacks with that, oh no, he still gets to do a lot of weird attacks. All right, we're going to go ahead with her. She's going to move 1, 2 into his blind spot because she gets -4. Oh, against the blind spot. She's already got 1 billion strength. Maybe I should get somebody else back there. Let's get this guy back here. He's going to move 1, 2, 3 right here and then hit him in the blind spot from right here. He can do that because he does have his King's Spear, which gives him a reach of 2. Very similar to what our evil contraption of a monster is doing to us right now. That Kingsman keeps being able to use the same type of spear thing that he's got. So his King's Spear is going to get 2 speed. He's going to be able to roll 2 dice. He doesn't have any other accuracy or anything that's going to help him with this. He's just going to go ahead and roll him up. He's got a Lantern Year 10. That's awesome. A Lantern 10 and an 8. Both of those are going to hit, which is great because it's going to be able to get these 2 cards off the deck. And no, I'm not going to do King Step. That is just ridiculous. Next, I think we're going to have Goldmoon move 1, 2 into his blind spot, and she's going to go ahead and attack with those Katars. They're so good. So those Katars are going to give me 3 speed each, so I get to get all 6 of my dice out here. Now, the problem is I don't get that extra accuracy because I didn't pounce this turn. So she's going to roll all these up, and she needs a 5+, but she does get +1 because she's in the blind spot, so a 4+ to see if she can hit this guy. Oh, and she hit with all but 2 again. Okay, that's not too bad. So we hit 4 times. Let's see what our 4 hit location cards are. So the first one, we know what it is. It's that battle pressure card. We're just going to discard that. That's a canceled hit. Our second one is going to be the Regal Sheath. The next one is going to be the Regal Collar. And we're going to read through each of these. And the last, oh no, we found the trap. Let's see what this is. I maybe should have used the cat eye circlet. Oh well. Gouts of acid spew from the cracks in the monster's armor. The attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces, oh that's everybody but Caramon, suffers damage to a random hit location equal to the wounds on the wound stack. This could get absolutely devastating the more you hit this guy. Any survivor with a shield may elect to protect themselves and ignore this trap. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. Oh, yuck. So this cancels everything, and I have to go take damage. Oh my gosh, this guy is so brutal. So the first thing we're going to do is shuffle up our hit location deck, and then we're going to have to put those battle pressure cards back on top of it. And that's just how it goes. Wow, this guy is something else. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do about this. All right, that's ready to go. Now let's deal damage to our survivors. So each one of our heroes, except for Caramon, is going to have to take this damage. So we're going to start up here. We're going to have Elliston go ahead and take it. He's going to take 2 to the body. Then we're going to go ahead and hit Goldmoon. Goldmoon's going to take 2 to the waist. And now, sadly, here we go. We've got to go again into Kidiara. Kidiara takes 2 to the body. All right, we're going to go deal with all of that. So Kidiara takes 2 to the body, which is going to go right into her heavy wound thing. Not the end of the world. She's already knocked down. Next, we got Elliston. He's going to take 2 to the body, meaning he's going to have no more armor there. And last but not least, Goldmoon got hit in the waist, so she's going to go to 1 armor left in her waist. All right. Well, that was our attack with Goldmoon. Let's see what else we can do to this guy. I think actually this is going to be a good opportunity for her to surge from the back. I know there's those 3 cards on top, but maybe that's not a bad idea to get those 3 out of the way first and then see what we're able to do to them after that. So Goldmoon is going to use her Beast Knuckles, and she's going to surge to do this, bringing her survival down to 6. She gets her White Lion armor gear set, and so she gets +1 speed. So we get to roll those 6 dice that we've been rolling all the time. Now she gets a 6+ to hit, 5+ because she has +1 accuracy, and 4+ because she's in the blind spot. So let's see how we do. We missed with 1, 2, and we got a perfect hit, but that doesn't do anything for our Beast Knuckles. But that's okay. We hit him 4 times, which is perfect. It gets those 3 cards off the top, and then we can maybe start doing some damage. So we're going to take those first 3. We know what those are. Those are these 3 cards. I'm just going to discard them. Now, what did we hit other than that? We have hit, oh, we found the trap again. I can't believe it. All right, well, we already know what's going to happen. Everybody that is necked within 2 squares is going to take 2 points of damage. We got to shuffle this back up, and we've got to put those hit locations go back on top. This is just terrible. These are going to go back on top. I'm going to shuffle the deck. Really, this was sitting on top of the deck. So again, everybody's going to take some damage. I'm going to go ahead and roll him up here. He's in the body. Then we're going to go ahead and roll Goldmoon. Goldmoon got hit in the head. And we got Kidiara down here. She got hit in the head as well. And they're all going to take 2 points of damage. So we're going to start with Elliston. He got hit in the body, well, twice in a row. So he's going to get knocked down because we're doing his heavy injury. Now Goldmoon got hit in the head. So she's going to lose 2 armor to the head. And then our last person is Kidiara. Kidiara got hit in the head. What do you know? It's about the only location that has armor. So she is down to 1. So now we have to go and knock down Elliston. So he's going to get knocked down right here. And she's surged, so she's really done. She could dash if she needs to, but I think she's going to be okay. Caramon is about the only person left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He might as well run up and try to hit him. We've got to hit this guy, even though we keep putting those things back on top of his deck. And since we did find the trap, we have to shuffle this entire hit location deck and put that battle pressures back on top. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle it up a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and put these battle pressure cards, 3 of them, right back on top of that deck, and Caramon is going to attempt to hit this guy. So Caramon has his blood paint, which means when he does activate, he's going to be able to activate both of these weapons. And he does have an axe specialization. Now he's going to go ahead and start by using his adventure sword. He gets 3 attacks with this, but he gets a 6+, but he has -1 accuracy, so he has to get a 7+. So he's going to go ahead and roll these up and see if he's able to get any of those hits. He got 2. That's awesome. All right, so that's going to be able to take off 2 of those battle pressure cards that are sitting on top. Now he has his Butcher's Cleaver, which has a 5+, but it's a 6+ because he has a -1 accuracy. This is just terrible. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll those up. And he got 2 hits and one's a perfect hit, but I don't think that helps him. It only helps if he's able to do wound. No, it does help. He has Mighty Strikes. A perfect hit gives him +2 strength. So he was able to hit twice. So we're going to go ahead and check out what our cards are. The first one, of course, is the Battle Pressure card. We're going to get rid of that card. And this better not be the trap or this thing's cheating. All right, we found the Regal Helm. It says if you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound this location. Oh, that's kind of good. And if I wound, the attacker gains a survival. Kingman staggers and gains -2 toughness till the start of the next monster's turn. Oh, we need to wound this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wound this. We got 5 strength, plus he gets an extra 2 strength because of his Mighty Strike. So he gets +7 to this roll. So let's see if he hits him. He got an 8 + 7 is a 15. That's enough to hit this guy for 1 wound. I'm going to gain a survival back, and that'll help Caramon because he only has 6 right now. He also gains -2 toughness until the start of his next monster's turn. So we're going to discard our Regal Helm. We're going to take a wound off the top, and then we're going to go ahead, gain our survival, and I'm pretty sure we're going to surge because right now it has -2 toughness. So Caramon is going to go back up to 7 survival. He's got a lot of survival. That's awesome. All right, he's at 7, and now we're going to go ahead and surge, meaning that's going to go to a 6. Let's see if we can keep it. That would be our plan. Let's keep that survival. Let's roll it where we can see it. We got a 9, so we get to keep the survival, so we are going to stay at 7. And we're going to make an attack again with the cleaver and that sword. So this is going to be really dangerous because, I don't know where that trap is, and I don't have any way of using the cat eye circle it because Kitiara is on the ground. Now I could encourage her, have her go ahead and use it, but I'm not going to. We're going to save our survival. We needed to dash, and we also needed to prevent for dodging and stuff. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start with the Adventurer Sword. I need a 7+ in order to hit him. And we did not hit him with the Adventurer Sword. Oh, that's terrible. He's got -2 toughness right now. I've got to hit him with something. Here's a 6+. I get 2 dice. Let's see how we do. We got 1 hit. All right, I'll take 1 is better than none. All right, so we got 1 hit with the Butcher's Cleaver. It was an 8. Let's see what we get to hit. We have hit the Regal Cut Plate. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. If the attacker has King Step, they may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits not in range. Not worried about this at all. I really just want to wound him. I get +5 strength to this roll. Let's see if we get him. We got a 6 + 5 is 11. And our Kingsman has a 12. But right now he has -2 toughness, so that did wound him. So we're going to go ahead and put our 2 cards back down. We have done 1 more wound, but now we have to do the reflex, which he is going to turn to face the attacker and then move directly away 2 spaces. All right, let's go do that. So he's going to face him, then move 1, 2. I believe he's moving on to here. If I'm wrong about that and he should be here, please let me know. But I'm going to put him there. Our stone face doesn't say anything like the pillar about how if a monster can stand on it or not. It just says monsters may always draw line of sight to these people. It doesn't say anything about him being able to not walk on top of it or walk on top of it. Maybe there's a rule that I'm missing and I apologize, but I'm kind of basing it off what the stone columns here say. And they say when a monster passes over this, archive the terrain. It doesn't have anything like that, so I believe he can walk on top of it just like that. Now, that's the end of Caramon's turn. She's gone ahead and surged already, so she has nothing to do. She also is, well, she's on the ground. He's on the ground. That's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and attack with our Kingsman first. And he, of course, is going to start with his King's Combat. at the start of each monster's turn, perform basic action, then draw an AI card as normal. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're also going to take advantage of this, of course, our King's Aura. At the start of the monster turn, and whenever the hit location deck is shuffled, place all 3 battle pressure cards on top of the deck. So we're going to do that as well. Now he's going to go ahead and target the person in his blind spot. There isn't anybody in his blind spot, so he's going to target closest threat. And the only 2 survivors that are threats are Goldmoon and Caramon. And he is 2 squares away from both of those, so that means I get to go ahead and choose who he's going to attack. I'm going to have him attack Caramon. I've got a plan. I know, I actually have a plan. We'll see if it works. All right, so he's going to go ahead and target him, which means I can do a survival action. I am going to dash with Caramon, and I'm going to go ahead and roll my dice and see if I keep my... I keep my survival. He's going to dash 1, 2, 3. Now this person is now the closest threat, but he has already selected his target. So now he's going to move 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to stop right there because of his outfighting card that he has. It does state that he is when the monster moves towards a target, end the monster's movement 1 space away from the target. If the monster was already adjacent to the target, it will move 1 space away. So that's why he is stopping 1 space away. He's now going to attack Caramon with his basic action, which of course is his 3 speed, 3 accuracy, and 3 damage card. So our Kingsman needs a 3+, but I get +2 because now I'm standing in the tall grass. So he has 2 evasion, so he needs a 5+. Then I've got my vest, which gives him a 6+. And then, of course, he has +1 because he is Caramon. And so he needs a 7+ in order to even hit me. Let's see how he does. He hit me once. Wow, this guy always hits. He never misses. All right, he hit 1 time. Where did he hit Caramon? In the waist. So he's going to dodge that attack. Let's see if he gets to keep his survival. He got a 4. He does not keep his survival. He goes to a 6. And now that he has performed his basic action, he is now going to do his real action. Let's see what it is. Our monster is going to do hook and pull. Furthest threat in field of view, in range, no target guard. That's going to be Goldmoon because she's the furthest threat in field of view. Oh, actually, I think they might be tied. We'll have to go take a look. It says move and attack target, 3 speed, 3 accuracy, 3 damage. Move the monster back 2 spaces without turning. Target suffers grab. Place the target knockdown in front of the monster. Target suffers 1 damage per monster level. All right, so he's going to do all of that, but first we have to see who he's going to target. So his target is furthest threat in field of view. So field of view is anything but his blind spot. And he's 2 squares away. She's 1 square away. So he's going to go ahead and target Goldmoon. So again, I think this is a good time for Goldmoon to dash. I think if she can get into some tall grass or maybe even get out of his way. I don't think she's going to be able to get out of his way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, and he's going 1-2 barreling through this. No, there's no way she can get away. But she can dash into the tall grass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to here, at least she can get some defense inside that tall grass. And he's going to then move 1, 2 down to go get her. So Goldmoon is going to go to 5 survival. She's slowly running low, but she's still standing. So our monster is going to get 3 dice. He has a 3+, but of course I'm now in the small grass, so at least I get +2 evasion. So that means he's going to need a 5+ in order to hit. So let's see how he does. He got 2 hits. That's going to be bad because 2, I can only dodge 1 of them. This one is a miss. Let's see where he hit Goldmoon. He hit Goldmoon in the head and the legs. I think we're going to be okay. She can take a leg hit. She can't take a head hit. So she's going to dodge the head, but she is going to suffer the leg wound, which means she's going to take 3 damage and then move the monster back 2 spaces without turning. Target suffers grab. All right, so we're going to have to do that. So since she dodged, she's going to go down to 4. And then she's also going to lose 3 to the legs, so she has no more armor in the legs. Oh, my guys are just getting beat up. And that's it. She had no evasion, so that wasn't going to help us. But now she has to get dragged by this guy. So he's going to move Goldmoon. And I actually made a mistake. He should have stopped right there again because of his outfighting card. So he should move 1, 2, and he has to drag her 1, 2, and then knock her down. I believe that's how this works. Let's go ahead and look again. It says place target knocked down in front of the monster. All right, so we're going to be in front of the monster, knocked down. And I'm going to take 1 wound because he's only a level 1 monster. I'm going to take that wound to the waist. So we're going to lose 1 more armor to the waist, meaning that Goldmoon has absolutely no armor left in her waist as well. Wow, she's just getting rocked by this guy. All right, and that's the end of our monster's turn, which wasn't too bad. I only took a little bit of damage. Now we have to see if we can actually get this guy. She stands up, he stands up, and then it's going to be our turn now to fight. Now, I would like to encourage her and get her up. That's going to be our first plan. But first, we're going to go ahead and put our card here, and we have to take all those battle pressure cards, put them back on top of that deck. So I have chosen Elistine to go ahead down to 6 survival. He's going to be the one that's going to encourage Goldmoon to stand up, and she's going to attack with all those Katars again. So of course, with those Katars, she gets 6 attacks, and she needs to get a 5 or better in order to hit. She doesn't get to use anything else, but she does. If she hits, she's going to hopefully get rid of all those battle pressure cards. That's really what I want to do here. We've gotten 1, 2, we got 4 hits. That's awesome. All right, so we know we got rid of those 4 battle pressure cards, and now let's see what else we have found. We're going to go ahead and take the first 3. These are those battle pressure cards. They're gone. That's what we really need to do. In order to really do damage, that's amazing that he has that ability. All right, what have we got? We've got the Regal Collar. It says, if you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound this location. She should start attacking with her dagger. Death Blow. If the Kingsman is killed at this location, the monster weakly drives its halberd shaft into the ground, pauses, then falls apart in its empty armor, turning to dust as the pieces touch the ground. Attacker that dealt the killing blow gains the Lantern Halberd Rare Gear card. Wow. Attacker also glimpses something incomprehensible, may spend 5 survival to gain a permanent accuracy. Well, I would do that. We're not going to be killing him with this card because he's got a ton more health left. But I do get to roll this. I get +4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I get +10 to this. So let's see what we get. We got a 3 + 10 is 13, enough to wound this guy, but again, we don't actually kill him. So we're going to discard our Regal Collar, and we did do 1 more wound. And that's the end of Goldmoon's turn. Now we're going to move into someone else. At this point, it's going to be time for her to go. She's going to go ahead and use that cat eye circlet. Now that we've gotten those Regal cards off the top, let's go ahead and look at the monster's 3 hit locations and see what they are. Hopefully that way, if it is the trap, we can push that trap down. We have the Regal Greaves. Turn to face attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. Oh, that's pretty terrible, all right? Spend 2 survival to gain +1 courage and boldly deflect the halberd or all survivors in 2 spaces are knocked down. Oh, okay, the halberd handle. We got the Regal Sheath. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. Oh, yuck, that one's terrible. All right, we're going to put them in that order. Actually, to tell you the truth, yes, I think we'll do that in that order. That way, who knows, if I can get this one, I might be able to dodge this thing completely because I can make that one fire off and discard that. Let's see, that's going to be our best plan. Now, who's going to go next? If he goes, he only has 2 attacks with that King Spear. Caramon, on the other hand, 1, 2, 3, he could come in with all those attacks. But if he does come in with all those attacks, he can really only hit twice before that other thing's going to fire off. All right, change of plans. With these, we are actually going to put this one on the bottom, and we're going to put these 2 on top, just like that. I think that's going to be our best plan, because if he can hit with both of those, then he can maybe make that first one fire. He'll move away, and I won't have to worry about the second one. It only has a 2 speed, and he needs a 6+, but he does get +1 accuracy because, well, he gets +1 accuracy. No, he doesn't. He only has +1 strength, so he does need a 6+. Let's see how he does. He needs to hit at least once. Oh, he did hit twice. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Remember, we put those cards in the right order. I guess not once. I need to hit twice in order to hopefully have this activate exactly how I want to. So we know both of these, and one of these we want to activate first, and that's this one. We do not want this activating because it's going to perform basic action, and that's going to be terrible. We just want him to move away from us. That's going to be awesome. Though there is a critical wound here, and if I can get this, that'd be great. And right now, he has +1 luck, which means I'd only need a 9+, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm just gonna put this over here. I'm gonna try to wound that. Here we go. Let's see what we get. We got a 7, plus he gets +3, so that's 10. And he has +1 strength, so that's 11. And he needed a 12. So he did not wound him with this, but the reflex is still going to happen. So our reflex, of course, does state turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster, away 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. And then right here it says, I don't have King Step, so cancel all hits now out of range. So that means we are going to cancel this Regal Sheath, which is absolutely fantastic because that card is terrible. And he's going to move 1, 2 back this way. And Caramon is the only person that hasn't gone yet. I wonder if I should surge to find out the next hit locations. I think we're going to save it because I've got some more surging and dashing here I could do because we have these battle pressure cards off the deck right now. It's really time to dig into this guy. So we're going to go ahead and have him attack with all of the weapons he has. So of course, Caramon has his Butcher's Blood Paint Adventurer's Sword combo thing going on. It's absolutely awesome. We also have our Axe Specialization card. We want to make sure we keep that in here so I don't forget that. We're going to go ahead and I think we're going to roll that sword first. Now he's in the blind spot, so he gets +1 accuracy, so he's at a 5. But he has an innate -1. Caramon's become more of a meat puppet shield guy than he has actually become an attacker. We might switch all this up at some point. He's going to be able to hit on a 6+. Let's see how he does. He got 1, 2 hits, and 1 is a perfect hit. That's awesome. So we're going to see what 2 locations we were able to hit. We hit the halberd handle, which we already knew, I think. And then what's this? First strike axe blade. All right, let's go ahead and see what this says. If the attacker is wearing any heavy gear, they suddenly feel their knees buckle and are knocked down. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. All right, we're looking for heavy. Let's see what this one says. This one says weapon, melee, axe, other. That's not anything. Let's see what this one says. Weapon, melee, sword, finesse, other. He does not have any heavy gear because all the rawhide armor is armor, rawhide, and set. And that lion one is also not. So he doesn't have any heavy gear. I highly doubt the blood paint's heavy. No, items. He's not heavy. So this axe blade is totally able to be attacked. The next one is our halberd handle, which I think we've read this one. Spend 2 survival, gain 1 courage. Deflect the halberd. All others within 2 space are knocked down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit both these. We're going to start with the axe blade because it is a first strike. I have to hit that first. Now I get +0 strength to this. It's equal to his courage, and his courage right now is 3, 6, 7. So he gets +7 to this roll, and he has a +1 strength innate on his character. So he got a 6 + 7 is a 13. This is a wound. I'm going to put it right there. Next we've got our halberd handle. Let's see if we're able to hit that. We got a 2 + 7 is a 9. We did not hit that, but it does still reflex. So I'm going to have to spend 2 survival to gain 1 courage and boldly deflect the handle, or I'm going to be knocked down. Now I'm going to go ahead and spend the 2 survival, and I don't get to roll to see if I get it back because here it says when you perform a survival action. I'm not doing an action. I'm just spending 2 survival to gain a courage. So we've done 1 damage and we've gained 1 courage but lost 2 survival. Now I do have this. Next we're going to be attacking with the halberd, or the axe, I mean. So I don't get to use this card either. So we're going to go take care of this, and then we're going to come back for our axe attack. So super courageous Caramon is up to, well, what is it? 3, 6, 7, 8 courage. I'm then going to discard both of these, and we're going to go ahead and remove 1 more damage off the top. Oh, I forgot about his weak spot card. The monster has -4 toughness when the attack for the monster from the blind spot. I think I hit that. Let's take a look. The reflex of this one, I got a 3, I think, when I attacked. +7 is 10. Or I got a 2. +7 is 10. He only actually, let's just figure this out. -4 - 12 is what? 4 - 12 is 8. And he has like 7 just alone with his strength. He did hit. I don't remember the exact roll, but I'm pretty sure I was able to wound him with that. If I didn't, I'll make sure to make a note in the video, but I'm pretty sure my roll was enough to actually wound him with the -4 toughness that he has from his blind spot. I also had to bring Caramon's survival down to a 4 when I gained that courage. We still get to a swing with our Butcher's Cleaver. I only get 2 dice with this, and I need a 5+. I get +1 because I'm in the blind spot, but of course -1 because Caramon is that good. He got a 4 and a 2. He has missed with both of his Butcher's Cleaver, and this card is not going to help us because it says when you're attacking, if your wound attempt fails, not our hit attempt. So Caramon has missed with all of this. So we're going to go ahead and move into somebody else's turn. At this point, it has now become surge time. She is going to surge. She's going to go ahead and use that cat eye circlet with her surge. She is down to 4 survival. And we're going to see what the top 3 cards of the hit location deck are and put them back in any order. We've got what this halberd spear. Again, heavy gear. We don't have any. This would be okay to hit. An impervious location. So I can't actually do any of this. The regal plume. Let's see here. A wound or critical wound will not remove an AI card, but I can critically hit it, so something could happen. And then what's this? Regal faceplate. If you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound this location. The Kingsman fights dirty, spewing acid in the attacker's eyes. If the attacker is within 2 spaces of the Kingsman, they get -2 accuracy tokens. Yuck. Critical wound, the eyes are cracked, faceplate erupts with ooze. The Kingsman appears to cry. The attacker gains 1 insanity. Oh, wow, that's kind of fun. I think I might actually put that on top. It means that oh, what's this? Okay, let me read this again. -2 accuracy token. If I went and attacked with that dagger I have and wounded him, I'm going to have some bad -2 accuracy. That's going to be pretty bad. I think we're going to put that on the bottom, and we're going to go with the... Let's go with the impervious and the first strike card on top. I think we're just going to leave it just like that. But we do know the next 3 cards are not trap cards, so that's awesome. Now she's spent her surge and she's done her action. She hasn't moved. I'm going to leave her right there. I think that's a good plan. I think he's going to surge and attack with all of his stuff again because he's still going to get that -4 because he's in the blind spot. So Caramon is going to surge and attempt to attack this guy. I'm going to go ahead and roll his die to see if he gets his surge back. He did not get his surge back, his survival. So he's going to go down to 3 survival. And then again, we're going to attack first. This time I think we're going to attack with the Butcher's Cleaver. No, we're going to attack with the sword first because it has that impervious location, so it really doesn't matter. This thing isn't frail, is it? No. So we're going to go ahead and roll these up. I need to get a 6+ to see if we hit any of these. We got 1. We're able to hit 1 location, and that's going to be that impervious location, so this really isn't going to matter. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got a critical. That's a fantastic. Now, impervious hit locations cannot be, so I can't wound him, but look at this. I destroyed the plume, drifts off to the ground. The Kingsman is out by the insult. The Kingsman, oh no, that's terrible. He gains a +1 damage token. Oh, Caramon, why did you get a critical hit? Oh no. All right, so I'm going to have to give him a +1 damage token. So we're going to go ahead and set this next to our Kingsman's board. This was probably the worst thing that I could have got. All right, we're then going to move into our cleaver here. I get to roll 2 dice for that, and I need a 5+. Let's see how I do. I hit once. Okay, we know what that is. That's that first strike card, which isn't that bad. We're going to go ahead and wound this by -1 speed token. I think I would rather had this as being the one where we get the critical hit. Let's see what we get. We got a 6. Plus we've got 5 here, so that's 11. He has -4 inside the blind spot. Well, actually it's a 12 because he got +1. So we did wound this location. So we wounded him and we gave him a +1 damage token. That's terrible. So we're going to discard both of our hit locations and do 1 more damage. I did do 2 wounds, but that one was impervious. It doesn't actually damage him. Now Goldmoon is going to go next. She's going to go down to 2. She has 4. She's going to go down to 2 survival because I'm going to make her dash and I'm going to make her go ahead and attack. So she's going to move 2, and then she's going to attack. But this time she's going to attack with that dagger. I want to go ahead, because we know that faceplate is coming. I get +3 when I attack with this dagger. Not to mention, I can maybe get some survival back. So now she does get 4 attacks with this dagger because she does have that White Lion gear card, and that's allowing her to get +1 speed. So she's going to attack. She needs a 7+ from where she is, but she does get +1 accuracy, so she's going to roll up her 4 dice and needs a 6+. Let's see how she does. Oh, look at that. She got 2 lanterns. That means she's going to get 2 survival back because she gets that perfect hit 1. And every time I get a perfect hit, on a perfect hit, gain 1 survival, perfect hit, an attack roll result of Lantern 10. So she's going to go back to 4 survival. And we know what one of the hit locations is. It is our Regal faceplate. Now, our second one is a Regal back. If you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound this location. If the attacker has +3 understanding or king step, a subtle pattern of the monster's evasive steps are laid out in the open. The attacker is on the verge of learning something big and may spend 5 survival to gain 1 permanent evasion. Well, I don't have 5 survival, I only have 4, but this is a way better one to wound first. So she's going to go ahead and attempt to wound that. She gets +3 strength to wound this. Let's see how she does. Oh, she got a 1. No matter how much I can add to that, it is a fail automatically. So we're going to put that one back. Now we're going to try to wound this one. Let's see how this works. I got an 8. Now she only has +1 luck, so that's only a 9. That's not enough to do a critical, but it is enough to wound it. So that means that I am going to gain, the attacker is within 2 spaces. The Kingsman, they gain -2 accuracy tokens. So she's going to be at -2 to the fight for the rest of this combat. But I did wound with my dagger, meaning she's going to get the experience for it. If, of course, she survives the fight. So we're going to put both of our hit locations back, take another wound off the stack. He's down to 3 cards left. Wow, actually, from what I thought was going to be absolutely a terrible fight, we're doing pretty good. Of course, I'm probably now giving myself a lot of bad luck by saying that, but that's okay. We're going to continue on. I think we still have one more character to go, and that is Elistine, and that's if he wants to surge or not. I'm not sure if it's going to be a good idea. Now, there is only this many hit locations left in the deck, and after that, well, one of those is going to be a trap, and if he activates the trap, all these people are going to get hit by it, so I don't think I'm going to have him surge. He's going to stand there and just deal with it. He's going to be okay. Now, I do have to give 2 -1 accuracy tokens to Goldmoon. We're then going to move into our Kingsman's turn. He, of course, is then first going to start with our King's Aura, where he's going to place the 3 battle pressure cards back on the hit location deck. So we're going to take them all and put them there. Next, he's going to do his King's Combat. At the start of the turn, he performs a basic action. So his basic action is he is going to pick target, survivor in blind spot. Well, the only person in the blind spot is him. So he's going to pick that target. Now that means, of course, I could dash again if I want to try to get him out of there, which might not be a bad idea. He could dash 1, 2, 3 down to here. And I think that will save him. What I'm trying to do is prevent this from hitting Goldmoon. And if he moves here, he's still going to hit her. It'd be 1, 2, all the way across there. That'd be terrible. What else can I do? That's about the, I know, I could move here. Nope, then he's still going to hit him. What if I dash 1, 2, 1, 2 right to here? Nope, that's not, oh no, there's no way I can get him, so he's not going to hit Goldmoon. Oh, maybe I should just take the hit with Caramon. I can't have Goldmoon get hit by that big giant attack. I can't have anybody get hit by this big giant attack. It's going to be terrible. I think he's just going to, he's going to dash. He's going to dash into here. And I could move him 1, 2, 3. I don't think that's really legal. But who wants to be legal? I think I'm going to have to move him there. Or maybe Caramon just gets hit. I put him here. He's got a couple dodges. We're going to put him there. That way Goldmoon's not going to get hit by this, just Caramon. Caramon's the only one that's going to get hit. He is going to take a step back because he does have his outfighting card, which makes him move 1 space away from the target. So he's going to hit right here. His axe is going to hit 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This entire area here, or whatever he's swinging, it says giant axe. What am I kidding? So he's going to go and attack him with 3 dice. So Caramon does have +2 evasion. So he needs a 5+ with 3 dice. Let's see how this goes. He only hit once. Wow, I'm getting super lucky. Let's see where he hits. I don't even care. I'm going to dodge this attack. So we're going to dodge that attack, which means then it's going to be his turn. So we're going to have to go ahead and shuffle up all these AI cards, and we're going to have to draw one because he missed with that. Now, since I did dodge, I have to see if I'm able to get that survival back. Let's see if we do. We did. So we didn't actually pay any survival for that. I still have 1 dodge with Caramon. Let's see what he does. Axe. Closest threat in field of view in range. That's going to be Caramon. full move forward, make an attack like this. It's going to be terrible. All right, let's go deal with that card. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in where it's supposed to go. And actually, now I think about it, I was thinking about dashing out of the way, but I can't. I can't dash again because I've already used one dash this turn. Oh, I've totally forgot about that. I was going to dash him into the grass, but oops. He's going to get hit with 3. With 3 accuracy, he's going to roll 3 dice. He needs a 5+ again to hit me. Let's see how he does. Oh, no, he hit all 3 times. Oh, this could be the end of Caramon. Oh, no, I totally messed this up. I was going to dash into the tall grass. I shouldn't have done this. Okay, he gets hit 3 times. He's going to hit in the hands and double body. Let's go take care of that. So getting hit in the hands and double body is going to be pretty bad. I'm going to go ahead and dodge one of those locations. Let's see if I get that survival back. I did. I got the survival back. So I'm going to probably have to dodge this body hit here because I can withstand one more hit to the body. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. He's going to go to a light hit in the body. It's not the end of the world. He's sadly going to take a hit to the arms. Now, would it have been better to take one to the body or the arms? I'm not sure, but we're going to have to roll on the table. So we have to roll on the severe injury for the arms. Let's see what happens to the Caramon. A 3. Oh, I bet that's going to be pretty bad. So 3 says gain 2 bleeding tokens. So he's going to get 2 bleeding tokens from that severe injury. So he's going to gain 2 more bleeding tokens. He's up to 3. Now, here comes the worst news on the planet that I bet a lot of you have already figured out. He gets bash, knockback 5, and check this out, bleed 2. He's going to gain 2 more bleeding tokens. He has suffered 5 bleeding tokens. Caramon is dead. He is out of the fight. He's totally dead. I am going to lose this card, I believe. We'll have to look into that at the end of this fight, but this was just a devastating loss to lose Caramon. So thanks to my carelessness, I should have put him in the grass, but I really thought I could handle it. He's dead. He is out of the game. Caramon is no longer going to be part of our group. So we have to now, well, at least it's our turn. That's half the battle. She's going to go ahead and start, I think, and she's going to probably try to take this guy out. She's going to maybe move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so she can't get in the blind spot. I was really hoping she could. Looking at the board, I'm probably still going to move her first, but he could move up 1, 2, 3, 4 and attempt to attack. Now, the problem is if he attacks, he's only going to hit twice, and we have those 3 cards on top of the deck. So I think I am going to have her go first, and she's going to just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least he can get in here. And she's going to attack with those Katars. Now, of course, I do have my 2 Katars. I get to attack with 6 dice, but now I have the -2 in order to hit. So instead of a 6, I'm going to need a 7, 8, but I do get +1 in accuracy, so I only need a 7. I need a 7+. It went from a 5+ down to a 7+ in order to hit this guy. Let's see how I do. I hit him 1, 2 times. That's enough to knock 2 of those cards off the top of the deck. So we're down 2 cards of those, was it battle pressure cards? And now it's going to be somebody else's turn. I think we're going to go with Elistine next. And Elistine's going to move in 1, 2, 3, 4 and use his King Spear from right there. So his King Spear is going to give him a 2 speed. He only gets to roll 2 dice, and he does need a 6+. He doesn't have any extra evasion. He got 1 hit, which again is enough to knock our battle pressure card off the top of our deck. So actually, that actually turned out pretty good, because now I'm going to use my Cat Eye Circlet. So since both of our fighters has attacked, we need to go ahead and use that Cat Eye Circlet. There's not many hit location cards left on the deck, and I would hate to hit that trap when I don't want to. So here's our 3 hit location cards. We have found the Regal Skirt. Reflex, return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the location deck, perform basic action. Yuck, that's terrible. Wound, attacker gains +1 survival. The Kingsman daggers and gains -2 toughness till the start of the next monster turn. Oh, that'll be good. I have to hit with a dagger, so I might surge with that. And then what's this? Reflex. Turn to face the attacker without turning the monster. Move 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. Oh, this will be good. This is actually a great little combo here. We could go with this one last, this one here, and this one this way. I think we're going to go with that. And if I'm able to hit 3 times, I can hopefully get it so that I can get that guy away from me and not actually have to worry about hitting him with anything else or having him turn and hit me with a basic action. Now, all 3 of our survivors have done an actual action, but now we can do the surge. I'm going to surge with Goldmoon first and see how it goes. Now, I know I have that card in the hit location deck that has to do with daggers, but being able to roll 6 dice is just too hard to pass up. So I'm going to be able to take my 6 dice. Now, my beast guitars, or beast knuckles, are going to be at a 6+. She has +1 accuracy, bringing it to a 5+, but right now she has 2 -1 accuracy tokens, so she gets -2 to this roll. So she's actually going to be sitting at a 7+. So we need to hit at least twice with this, or 3 times with a 7+. Let's see how we do. We didn't hit at all. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely terrible. We missed with every single one. Wow, that's amazing. So Goldmoon is going to go down to 3 survival. Oh, that was a terrible attack. So we're going to go ahead and probably surge with him first. She used her cat eye circlet. I forgot to move her. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to right about here. Maybe 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can maybe shoot her bow at him next time. Also, I'm going to have Goldmoon dash. I want her to get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up to here. Oh, she hit that pedestal. We're going to go right there. That'll be okay. The reason I want to do that is I'm going to move her back one more. Can she go with 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right up there. The reason I want to move her out of there is because if he actually turns and attacks, I wanted to attack him because he actually has more armor than she does right now when it comes to actually taking damage from this thing. Now he's going to go ahead and surge. I'm going to drop her survival down to 2, and Elestine's survival is going to go down to 5. And now we're going to go ahead and surge with that King Spear. So Elestine can attack twice with this King Spear, or I shouldn't have said, he's got a 2 speed, so he's attacking with 2 dice. And he's going to need a pretty big number to hit this guy. He got a 6. He needed a 6+ to hit. That's awesome. He hit him once. And we already know what these are. This one is the Regal Gauntlets. I don't have a dagger, so we're just going to have to wound him with what we have, which is going to be 3 strength. He has also +1 strength as well. So he's got 4 strength. We'll see if we actually damage this guy. We got a Lantern 10, but there's no critical on it, but that's okay. That's still considered a wound. And it does say the attacker gains +1 survival. The Kingsman staggers and gains -2 toughness until the start of its next turn. Well, sadly, it's going to be its next turn. I can't actually take advantage of that, but we do a wound. So we're going to go ahead and put our card here, do one more wound. He's down to 1, 2, 3 damage, but it's going to be his turn now. So we're going to take all these battle pressure cards, put them back on top of the hit location deck, which is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time when it comes to fighting things. I know I always have to take those off first, which is kind of cool. It gives this guy so much more life. Now, of course, the next thing we have to do is our King's Combat. At the start of each monster turn, perform a basic action. So he's going to go ahead and probably attack Elestine. Survivor in blind spot, closest threat, guard, no target. So he's going to go ahead and attack Elestine. And there is that surge opportunity, or sorry, survival action opportunity in between when he actually targets the person and when he actually attacks. So he's going to jump into the tall grass by doing a dash, which is going to cost him another survival. He's going to go down to 4. He now only has 4 survival. So he's in the tall grass. This guy's going to move over here. Now he's going to stay 1 square away because of his outfighting card, but now he's going to perform his basic action targeting that guy. So here comes his basic action. He's going to need a 5+ because, of course, we are in the tall grass, giving us +2. Now he's going to roll 3 dice, and he needs a 5+. Oh, come on. Let's hope he doesn't get some good numbers. He only hit once. That's awesome. Let's see where he actually hit. If he hit somewhere that's not too bad, I might actually take this. I got hit in the body. I have to dodge that. Elestine has absolutely nothing protecting the body. He's already down to a heavy wound in the body. So he's going to lose a survival. Elestine's going to go down to 3 survival in order to dodge that attack. Now, of course, that means he's probably going to be the brunt of the actual AI card that is coming. And here it is. It is Spear. Closest threat, field of view, in range. That's going to be Elestine. Here he goes. Full move towards the target. He's already done that. He's going to go ahead and attack him right from where he is. He's going to gain a -1 movement token if he gets hit. Now, this is a speed of 3, so that means I'm going to get hit by 3 attacks. But again, I'm in the blind or in the grass, so I get a 5+ in order to hit me. Now, I can't do any more dodging. He doesn't have any extra attacks like that. Oh, no, I got hit twice. This could be really, really bad. All right, let's see where I got hit. This could be terrible. Oh, the head and the legs, that might not be too bad. Let's check it out. Now, our Kingsman is going to actually hit us for 3 damage, but he has a +1 damage token, so he's doing 4. He has done 4 damage to the head, which means he's going to lose all his armor, and he's going to color in his hit location deck box. And as you can tell down here, it's not going to be good. We're taking 1, 2, 3, and now we have to roll on the table. Why is it always our legs we get hit in? And again, we find ourselves back on this Indiana Jones and the Table of Doom. And let's see what happens to him. He got oh no, a 1. You know what that means. I think this is the most common thing we've ever rolled in this entire table. It's femoral artery geyser time. And if I haven't read it once, I've read it twice. I'm reading it a third time. Blood geyser. Blood shoots from your femoral artery at an alarming rate, killing you in seconds. So another soul has been lost to the Kingsman. There goes Elistine. Oh, man. All right, we're down to just the 2 girls. Hopefully they can take out. He only has 3 health left. We have to take him out. Now, sadly, you'll notice that I did not plan this properly. I knew I was going to move him down here. I should have moved her to here. She could have pounced and got in there. But instead, she's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away. So she has to just move in, and she's going to make an attack. She's not using her cat eye circlet because we have to get through those 3 battle pressure cards first. And in order to do that, our best bet, again, is those knuckles. We're going to roll our 6 dice and hope that we actually hit him. We only need a 6+. We get -2 accuracy tokens, but we have +1 accuracy, and we're in the blind spot. So we're going to roll our 6 dice and hopefully get some 6s. We got 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, look at all these dice we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits with this guy. Oh, wow, that was a fantastic hit. So we're going to go ahead and take our hit location deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right here. We know what the first 3 are. 1, 2, 3, and I believe we even know what these 2 cards are. They're the Regal Vambraces, or apologize if I say it wrong, and the Regal Skirt. Now, this one's going to cause that basic action. We do not want that. We actually probably just want to hit him with this just right away. We're just going to try to wound the Regal Vambraces. He's going to move and turn away from us, and then this card is not going to fire off, and I won't have to deal with his basic attack. Or I could go for broke. I could attempt to critically wound this. She does have +1 luck, so I'd only need a 9+. 9+ on a 10-sider. But if I'm able to wound it, the basic action won't go off. I can't risk it. I only have 2 people left. We're just going to attack, try to wound this location. Let's see how we do. We got a 7+, I think she gets 732,000 strength. No, okay, I lied. It's not that, but it's quite a bit. She still has 2, 4, 6, plus the 4 here is 10. So she got a 17. She wounded him. So we're going to go ahead and deal with this reflex. So our reflex is going to turn to face the attacker, then without turning, I apologize, move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. So he's going to do this and move 2, 1, 2 into the tall grass, which actually is probably going to be pretty bad. So she's 2 squares away from him now. This card is going to get discarded, and we're going to move another card to the wound stack. So these 2 cards are going to go here, and we're going to go ahead and mix up our 2 AI cards real quick. Just swing them around a little bit, and we're going to see which one we got rid of. Well, actually, don't get to see which one we get rid of. It just goes right there. We don't actually know what we got rid of. There's either an axe or a spear here. Either one is terrible. So that's what we know. Now comes the plan of plans. It's probably the worst plan ever. We are going to surge with her to use the cat eye circlet. I have to know where that trap is. We're going to use the cat eye circlet to look at the next 3 hit location cards. They're right here. One of these has to be the trap. We have First Strike, Regal Breastplate, and the Regal. There's only 1 card left. That has to be the trap. Wow, I can't believe how lucky we got. All right, so we're going to put these back in any order. Since I know these are the only 3 left, oh, I have to do this right. All right, we're going to put Broken Knee. I wonder if that's going to affect any of the cards he had before. I don't know, but it'd be pretty neat if it did. All right, we're going to, oh, this is so hard. Okay, we're going to put this one on top. That's the deal. We're going to put this one on the bottom. And this one's going to turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move a monster away. Okay, same deal with this one. Okay, we're going to put them in that order. And we're going to go ahead and try to get this guy. We have to try to get him this turn with, oh, those are the 3 cards. We only need to wound him twice. We can do this. She's going to dash forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, she can't get in the blind spot. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Now, she could fire her bow because she surged in order to look at the cat eye circlet. So she has her entire turn. But surging did, of course, bring her survival down to 3. So that's all Kitiara has. So what are we going to do? Dash in and attack with Goldmoon, or are we going to shoot our bow with Kitiara? Well, I think we have to do her first because I know I put that dagger card on top. 1, 2. We're going to dash in, putting her survival down to 1. Then she's going to surge, making her have absolutely no survival left, and she is going to attack the Kingsman. So I know I put that dagger card on top, but I have so much strength, I don't think using the dagger is going to matter. We're going to use those knuckles again. Just being able to do those 6 attacks are so good. And we're going to be able to roll 6 dice, and we do need a 7+, because I'm not in the blind spot this time. So let's see how we do. We got 3 perfect hits. And you know what that means? That's perfect. We're going to take our 3 hit location cards. Wow, it's so good. All right, we're going to move those dice. We've got our 3 locations. Now we do have the strike first card. We have to hit this first. I have no heavy gear on her. So we're going to go ahead and attack that one first. We're going to roll the dice. And we got a, that dice is cocked. We got a lantern, 10. Okay, that's fantastic. His knee is shattered, persistent injury, broken knee. We're going to go ahead and put that over here. I'm just going to put the 10-sider on top of it and go with that. All right, then we're going to see what we got next. We're going to go with, actually it doesn't matter, because all we need to do is 1 more wound. He only has his basic action left. We're going to go with the Regal Breastplate, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I get a survival back. Let's go ahead and do that one. We're going to do this one. We're going to wound that location. We got an 8. That's enough. We wounded because she's got a 7 billion strength. So we've done yet another wound. That's 2 wounds. What the heck? Let's go for this one too in case we need it. I don't think we do. But 2 plus 10 is still enough to do 12. We've done 3 wounds to him here on this little pile. So we're going to go ahead and put our 3 hit location cards back. And yes, 1, 2 is all we needed. That finally defeated the Kingsman. And that only left him with 1 hit location card. And yep, it was the trap. Wow, I can't believe that thing was all the way at the bottom. Look at that. We got the entire hit location deck. Well, look at the bright side. I know single thing this guy does when you hit him. So we have done it. We have taken down the Kingsman. Only 2 of our survivors remain. The other 2 died. We lost Caramon and Elsie, and that was absolutely terrible. But what's even worse is I did a total novice maneuver in Kingdom Death, and I didn't even know I did it. If we look at the Adventurer's Sword, one of the things that this sword has is unique and irreplaceable. Unique, I just found out, means I can only have 1 of these in the settlement at any time. That's fine. Irreplaceable, if the survivor dies that is holding this, it gets archived. And he also had the Butcher's Cleaver, which also had irreplaceable when you die, archive this card. I didn't even think about that. Absolutely terrible. I lose both of 2 of my best weapons I have. I lost them both to the Kingsman. What an absolutely amazing fight. This is by far my favorite Kingdom Death monster fight I have ever had. I'm looking forward to some of the other monsters because if anything, if they get even more exciting than this guy, I don't even know what I'm going to do. This was an epic fight and I had so much fun doing this. I hope you did as well. If you did enjoy the showdown and also the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, also hit that bell symbol so you know when our settlement phase is. We're coming back with 2 dead people and 2 alive people. That's going to be an astronomical amount of endeavors. We're going to have a lot of fun during that settlement phase. Also, please feel free to share this video with anybody, especially those that kind of want to know a little bit about the Kingsman. Of course, people sometimes might not want to know what they're actually going to face. Like I did. I went completely in blind, and it was absolutely amazing. Also, please leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. You could even call me a Kingdom Death novice for putting both of these on one guy. That was an absolute stupid maneuver. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I was thinking I was going to take him down with him. That was my plan. I didn't expect to get taken down by him. Thanks again so much for watching, and if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.